Hello, witches. Welcome to the broadcast. If you are just tuning in, welcome to this important broadcast about sex magic. If you have not already done so, be sure to share this live broadcast in your stories and on your own accounts, because there are a lot of witches who is holding back from doing this type of magic because it may be uncomfortable or embarrassing or awkward, or some people even believe that sex is dirty, disgusting, sinful, but it's not. It's not. This broadcast is for you if you are a virgin. Yes. If you are a virgin, this broadcast is for you. If you are celibate, this broadcast is for you. If you have been a victim of sexual abuse, guess what? This broadcast is also for you. Any witch who is really interested in using sex magic, this broadcast is for you. So I strongly encourage you to share this broadcast right now. Tell a fellow witch that there is a high priestess here in the great state of New York, high priestess or Venus, who is going to really dig into sex magic and tell you what you are missing so that your sex magic can be successful. That's my job as a high priestess, to make sure that witches gets the best out of their spells, rituals, hexes, and curses, because that is what witchcraft is for. That is what witchcraft is for, so that no witch will have to go through life the hard way, because no witch should be going through life the hard way. No witch. The rest of the world can go through bad times, horrible times, terrible times, but that won't be you, because you are a witch. So be sure to share this broadcast on, not just in your Instagram stories, but any social media platform that you have, because sex magic is not talked about enough in our community, because it can be a little bit uncomfortable, especially if you are a virgin or celibate or may have been a victim of sexual abuse. It can be an awkward conversation. But guess what? If you are a virgin, if you are celibate, if you have been a victim of sexual abuse, this broadcast is for you. It is. Let me just take off this graphic here. So once again, I am High Priestess or Venus. Thank you for taking time out of, I'm very sure, because witches do have lives outside of being a witch, busy schedule, to join me this evening. This is not going to be a really long broadcast, but it's going to be a very informative broadcast, especially if you want to learn how to do sex magic correctly and what your sex magic is missing. What I found in my teaching of sex magic with other witches is what you are missing from your sex magic is actually yourself. That's what I've learned about sex magic and what many witches are missing, their selves. So you might be thinking, oh, masturbation. Yeah, that's a part of sex magic, but not a big part. And like I said at the beginning of this broadcast, sex is often thought of as nasty, dirty, impolite conversation, sinful. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. And I don't want witches being afraid to use this type of magic because of the stereotypes about it. So first and foremost, because I have my points written down here that I'm going to go through each one. I believe I have about 6 points tonight to make. So what I said in the beginning, what your sex magic is missing is yourself. What your sex magic is missing is yourself. Meaning you are not comfortable with your own body. First and foremost, again, what the hell is sex magic? You probably think that it's pornographic, it's masturbation, it's threesomes, it's intercourse, it's playing with yourself, it's jerking off. And yes, sex magic can be all of those things. But the true definition of sex magic is using sexual energy to cast a spell. Sex magic is using sexual energy to cast a spell. That is the definition, the only correct definition of sex magic. Using sexual energy to cast a spell. Usually with your orgasms. Usually when you climax. But you have to keep in mind though, very important, you have to keep in mind that casting a spell is very much about creating, setting up intention. What do you want that spell to do? What do you want to accomplish when you do reach climax, or when you come, or when you have an orgasm? What do you want that spell to do? And then, like with all spells, you have to do real world action to make sure that it works. In this case, making it work by using sex. You know, a lot of people believe that sex is a dirty word. It's not a dirty word. Even if you are a virgin or celibate or have been a victim of sexual abuse, sex is not a dirty word. Sex is sex. Most people have done it. Most people have done it with themselves. Masturbation. It's not a dirty word. It's not impolite conversation. It's natural. Everyone knows that orgasms is a powerful form of energy. Orgasms are a powerful form of energy that can, this may surprise some of you witches, but can be used to cast a spell. Yes, your orgasms can be used to cast a spell, otherwise known as sex magic. So, to cast a spell, you would visualize what you want as you are climaxing. To cast a spell, you would visualize what you want as you are reaching climax. And hold that vision in your head. Nothing else in your head. Just that vision of what you want in your head while you are climaxing. And then doing, of course, real world action to bring it all together, and having either Hecate or any other god or goddess that you work alongside to add his or her strength to your own efforts. So when you are about to climax and you want something, do you want a brand new romantic partner? Do you want a house or car? Do you want to increase your finances? Do you want to get out of debt? You have to visualize what you want as you are reaching climax, not after the fact. You can't visualize what you want after the fact. It has to be you visualizing what you want as you are currently climaxing. Now, however you choose to climax is your own business, because it works for everybody differently. You have to visualize what you want as you are climaxing, not after the fact. It will not work after the fact. Remember, I just said, sex is a powerful form of energy. Witches work with the energy found in nature to bring about real, significant, and permanently positive change. Sexual energy is just energy. Sexual energy is just energy. Sex magic is not just to conjure up a new lover, or some witches use sex magic to bring back a lover, bring back an ex, which is the wrong way to do sex magic, because that ex is a ex for a reason, an example of what you don't want in your next romantic relationship. Do not use sex magic to bring back a ex-lover, because they are an ex for a reason, an example of what you do not want. So why are you conjuring them, summoning them back into your life? Do not use sex magic to bring back a lover, because then you will be in a vicious cycle of repeating patterns that will lead to the relationship breaking up again. And it's not used for making sex better either, unless you are in a committed relationship, like a long-term relationship or marriage. But normally, sex magic is not used for conjuring a lover or for having better sex. Sex magic, what I've always found and what I have always taught, helps you explore your own body, because it's your body. Every part of it. Your body is your body. No matter how much plastic surgery you have, no matter how many times you go underneath the knife, it's still your body. You still will have that body for the rest of your life. Sex magic, I have found, helps you to explore your body when you are masturbating, because it gets you comfortable with your body, so that when you actually do have intercourse, you know what you like and what you don't like. Masturbation is not bad. Masturbation helps you explore your own body, so that when you actually have intercourse, you know what you like and what you don't like. Masturbation is not bad or evil or ugly or disgusting or gross. Everybody masturbates. Did you know that? You don't have to admit it to me. I know you masturbate. I know you masturbate. You don't have to tell me. I know you do. I know you do. Everybody does. Even the most strict Christian, the most strict Catholic masturbates. They may never admit it publicly, but they masturbate. Masturbation is not dirty or nasty or gross. Why? Because everybody has done it. May they admit it or not, everybody has masturbated. Masturbation is actually healthy, because it tells you what you are comfortable doing when you actually engage in intercourse. Because if you don't know what you are comfortable with when you have intercourse, it's not going to be a pleasant experience with that guy or that girl. And a lot of people who regret losing their virginity is because they did not masturbate. So they don't know what they like or what they don't like, because they never explored their own bodies. I just said a couple moments ago, your body is your body, every part of it. Nobody can police your body. Why? Because it's your body, nobody else's. You only have one body. You will only ever have one body. Your body is your body, every part of it. Masturbate. Just masturbate. To really get into the setting to do sex magic successfully, you may want to set the mood. You can participate in sex magic with more people, but everybody has to consent to it. Everybody has to agree with it. If 1 or 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, or you're having an orgy and one person does not agree with it, full stop. Full stop. If one person does not agree with performing sex magic, full stop. That's it. It's done. You don't proceed, because then you are a rapist. Everybody has to agree if you are working with somebody else when you are performing sex magic. It can't just be one way. It can't just be she wants it, he wants it, but she doesn't, but he doesn't. Everybody has to agree. Everybody. Full stop. If someone says no. So keep that in mind. So you have to set the mood, such as lighting your favorite candle, lighting your favorite incense, running a bath for yourself, putting your favorite flowers and essential oils in the tub, listening to your favorite music, dressing yourself up in your favorite bathrobe. Create a romantic night for yourself. And a word about essential oils, especially pure essential oils. Let's say jasmine. Pure jasmine oil is not cheap. It's very expensive, okay? I'm talking about pure. I'm not talking about essential oil that has jojoba oil in it, or it has other things mixed in it. Pure essential oil in a bathtub of hot water can make your skin become ashy. You can have a bad reaction to it. So make sure that you are actually not allergic to that essential oil before you put it in the tub, because there's nothing worse than an itchy penis, a itchy vagina. It's going to burn and itch. I'm talking about pure essential oil. I'm talking about, like, for example, pure jasmine oil, pure chamomile oil, pure lavender oil. I would say put 2 drops. Don't put the whole thing in there, because you will probably have a bad reaction when pure essential oil mixes with hot bath water. You will probably have a really, really bad reaction. I'm speaking from personal experience. I remember one time I put pure essential jasmine oil in the bathtub because I was getting ready to do a bath ritual, and when I got out the tub, I was mad ashy. I wasn't itching, I wasn't burning. I had enough sense not to wash my vagina with the soap, the hot water, and the oil mixed together. I had enough sense to keep that separate, so my vagina was not burning, but my thighs were white, my arms were white. It was ashy, but I had enough sense not to add it to my actual soap when I started, using my washcloth. So be careful with essential oil. So set the mood for yourself. Set the mood for yourself. Your favorite candles, your favorite incense, your favorite music, your favorite flowers, and of course your favorite essential oil. But be careful with that essential oil, especially witches, if it is pure essential oil. So if you are, I mentioned this in the beginning of this broadcast, if you are a virgin or celibate, yeah, you can still do sex magic. If you are a virgin or celibate, you can still do sex magic. How? How can I do sex magic if I'm a virgin or if I'm celibate? Well, let me tell you how. Sexual energy is available much more than when we climax. Sexual energy is available, more than when we climax or when we come or when we hit the height of sexual pleasure. Sex magic can also be how we dress, how we talk, how we walk, how we do our makeup, how we present ourselves. It does not always involve a vagina or a penis. Sometimes sex magic is how you dress, how you talk, how you walk, we do our makeup, how we present ourselves. That's sex magic if you are a virgin or celibate. All of this that I just mentioned, dressing up, walking, talking, doing our makeup, how we present ourselves, helps us, because I do it too, helps us when we are visualize doing these activities without ever having to touch our private parts or be laid up with a person. So, yeah, if you are a virgin or celibate, you too can do witch sex magic. You can. You absolutely can. Sex magic is how we dress, how we talk, how we do our makeup, how we walk, how we present ourselves. And all of this witches can help us when visualizing doing these activities without ever having to touch our private parts or be laid up with a partner. So that's an important part of this live broadcast, or if you are watching the replay, on how you too can do sex magic if you are a virgin or celibate. Sex magic is for everybody. Sex magic is for everybody. It's not exclusive to those who are sexually active. Now, for the final part, you can do sex magic if you have been a victim of sexual abuse, sexual assault. Yes, you can. Stop shaking your head. You can do sex magic if you have been a victim of sexual abuse. How? Most people who have been sexually abused never want to be touched again. Some people who have been sexually abused don't want to be touched by themselves. But like I just said a couple of moments ago, it's your body, every part of it. So if you have been a victim of sexual abuse, doing this type of sex magic can make you comfortable with your own body. You know how many witches are out here and they hate their bodies? Like, what? How can you be a witch? How can you be a witch and hate your body? Yeah. Doing sex magic, if you have been a victim of sexual abuse, can make you feel safe again in your own skin. Doing sex magic when you have been a victim of sexual abuse can make you feel in control, can put you back in control of your own body. Oh yes, it can. It can be, for those people who have been a victim of sexual abuse, it can be healing for you, because in the act of doing, listen very carefully, in the act of doing sex magic, you are in control. In the act of doing sex magic, you, the witch, is in control. You right now watching this broadcast live or the replay, you are in control, and not the offender who abused you. Doing sex magic, if you have been a victim of sexual abuse, can give you back control. You are in control, and not the offender who sexually abused you. You are not only able to explore your own body with sex magic, but also at the same time, if you are a victim of sexual abuse, also do witchcraft, otherwise known as sex magic. For those witches that have been a victim of sexual abuse, it can be healing, because when you do sex magic, if you have been a victim of sexual abuse, you are in control, not the offender who sexually abused you. If you have been a victim of sexual abuse, it can be very healing from the unjustifiable act that was done to you. What happened to you being sexually abused was unjustifiable. It was disgusting. It was gross. It was a sin. Because you couldn't fight off your offender. And I'm not just talking about women. I'm also talking about male witches, because as we know, men can also be sexually abused. Men may not talk about it as much, but yes, men too can be sexually abused by men and women too. So let's not forget about our men, all right? So sex magic, if you happen to be a victim of sexual abuse, can be very healing from the unjustifiable act that was done to you without your consent. When I've always found, and I believe this to be 100% true, when a witch that has been sexually abused perform sex magic, when a witch that has been sexually abused performs sex magic, they are taking back possession of their own body. And they are exploring their body at their own pace, so that they know what they like, what they don't like, what's acceptable, and what is unacceptable. And climaxing, no pun intended, but climaxing to heights that could not have been achieved if it had not been for sex magic. Had it not been for sex magic, these witches that may have been victims of sexual abuse could not have achieved heights of climax. could not, had it not been for sex magic. Had it not been for sex magic and taking back possession of their bodies, they could not have achieved otherwise if it was not for sex magic. So yes, if you are a witch that is a virgin, that is celibate, or a witch that has unfortunately been a victim of sexual abuse, yes, you can do sex magic. And you can perform it well, because just like spells, rituals, hexes, and curses, and rituals, there is always an element of real world action that you need to do to make that spell, ritual, hex, or curse work. If you are working alongside a god, a goddess, an ancestor, a familiar, a spirit animal, they will add their strengths to your efforts when they see that you are doing your part. And doing your part in sex magic really just involves you. How you decide to climax, how you masturbate is entirely up to you, because that's your own business. But I know that more witches need to explore sex magic, not to be grossed out about it, because it is life changing. It's not anything that a witch who has done sex magic will come to regret. So if you have not yet shared this broadcast before I go off the air, be sure that you do. Be sure to share this broadcast in your stories and your other social media platforms. Tell a fellow witch that there is a high priestess here in New York. Her name is High Priestess or Phoenix, who is anointed and appointed by the Queen of Witches Hecate to work alongside her and act as her mouthpiece to direct and guide and teach witches to live a more fulfilling life through witchcraft, so that they may not go through life the hard way. So thank you, witches, for joining me tonight. I will, of course, leave this up for the replay. I, of course, will upload this on my other social media platforms, so watch on whichever one you feel comfortable with. And with that being said, witches, thank you again for your time, and I now release you into the rest of your evening. Bye, everyone.